Breaking in the last hour, a federal district judge granting a stay in a case challenging the Trump administration's planned freeze of federal aid. It puts it on pause for a week.
The order only applies to the pause of payments in open grants. First Alert 6 reporter John Chapman tells us cities across the country are trying to figure out what this means for them.
The president's temporary freeze on federal funds caught Omaha city officials totally by surprise.
We're very concerned. We don't really know what this means yet. We're currently assessing what this announcement means to all cities, including Omaha, but potentially major impacts financially to all things we do, planning, public works, police and fire, housing, sewers. It could have a major impact.
Omaha City Finance Director Steve Curtis tells us everything with federal dollars involved was put on hold as of this morning by the president. And right now, city officials are trying to figure out what that means for Omaha's pocketbook.
So what we're attempting to do today is ask for every federal dollar that we think we're entitled to as of right now, and then we'll drop back and assess what's the worst case scenario. Not expecting the worst case scenario, but we at least need to understand what that looks like.
Omaha expects to get paid back through FEMA after disastrous storms ripped through the area, causing major damage. There are also police and fire positions that rely on federal funds, and major construction projects in the metro that depend on federal money.
If you think about what we have coming from the feds, we have dollars like FEMA dollars, other things that we've expended that we're looking to be reimbursed for. We have things where we've contracted with somebody going forward, like a position or some other obligation that we've yet to incur, but those are now also in jeopardy.
With all the construction going on in Omaha and inspections needed to make sure people are living in healthy and safe places, Curtis says federal funding for Omaha's planning department is a concern.
We certainly don't intend to let planning go with 30, 40 people less, so I suspect we'll come up with a different funding strategy, at least for now, until we figure out what this means from a federal perspective.
Right now, Omaha doesn't know how much money is at risk with the temporary freeze of federal funds, or what would happen if the temporary freeze becomes permanent.
That'll become a question for the mayor and the council to decide how much of that do we want to pay for using other funds and how much would we suspend.
Curtis says Omaha is standing on solid financial ground and has rainy day money in its reserves, but the city doesn't want to use his umbrella for this.
We would hate to be in a position where we have to burn through a lot of our reserves just to make up for a federal decision.
In Omaha, I'm John Chapman, First Alert 6.
This order doesn't get into the legality of the freeze. It just gives the court more time for briefings. The judge set a hearing for next Monday morning.